So the first thing that I want to talk about is one of the things that I purchased kind of recently, and that is the iPad Pro M4. It is very hard to sort of like find a place on how to implement this into my workflow, and I've tried. Like, I ordered this a month ago and I haven't really found a space where I find it to be making me more productive than what I was previously. But when I use it on a day-to-day basis, I mainly use it to read the news in the morning, type some emails when I sit down and have my coffee just after I wake up, and basically using ChatGPT as my assistant to ask a couple of things and what kind of YouTube videos that I should make. That is where this excels. And it's also great to be able to have a monitor with you at all times that you can just review your photos and that kind of stuff. I do like the form factor and the thinness of the iPad. It is so freaking thin. But since I've been using the previous iPad Pros as well, I wouldn't say there's that big of a difference, and it's not, in my opinion, worth upgrading to it. But I do find it to be incredibly quick, and the M4 chip absolutely helps with anything that you want to do on this. Sitting down, editing photos, designing a couple of things. I love doing that on the iPad. This is not something that makes me do my job faster. It basically just makes it easier because then I can start the day earlier. So instead of going out here into the garage, I can just flip this up at the dinner table and then just start working while I have my cup of coffee. I will probably make a dedicated video on the iPad Pro once I've been using it for a little bit longer, but I feel like as of right now, it has basically turned into a typing machine rather than a powerhouse. The next thing is, of course, my iPhone 15 Pro Max. To be completely honest, I didn't want to have this big of a size when I first purchased the iPhone. I wanted to have the smaller one, like the regular Pro, but after using this for a little bit more than 6 months at this point, I have a very hard time to go back to the smaller size and the 3x zoom instead of having the 5x zoom. I've been using this for so many different things, you know, shooting videos with the cameras. They are freaking amazing. And whenever you want to snap a quick photo of the family or something that you see outside, just bring up the iPhone, snap it, and then you're done. And since the cameras are this good, I've actually been using this as my sort of like everyday vlog camera rather than bringing my big camera with me, mainly because it's easy, you know, it fits into your pocket and you can just put it down and then you're done. The battery life, I would say, is very good on the 15 Pro Max, and I don't feel the need to upgrade to a new version, even though I will make a video purchasing the latest iPhone whenever that arrives. But as of right now, I'm very satisfied with this. And when it comes to using my phone in my work, I'm going to say that, like, without this, I wouldn't be able to do my work. It is so freaking good to be able to open this up, write down some notes, check the emails, reply to those. And when you're into the Apple ecosystem and everything sort of like syncs to my MacBook, to my iPad, and to my Apple Watch, it makes things so easy. I don't have to think about sending files over to this or sending files over there, because if I write something in notes, I can just open it up on my computer and then you're done. And since we're talking about Apple products, I'm also using my Apple Watch Ultra 2. Can't say that I've noticed any sort of difference between this and the Apple Watch Ultra 1. If you're using the one, it's still gonna be good. I do not even remotely close use all the different functions that this has. The thing that I use the most is sort of like my workout tracker, so I can see everything that I did during the workout. And then, you know, best thing ever, find my iPhone. I also do like to read my text messages on here, mainly because I don't have to, you know, bring up my iPhone and open that up and so on and so forth. But all in all, do you need this and all the functions? Probably not. I don't. I do like the form factor of it, and I do like how long the battery lasts. I'm gonna say that I get anywhere around 2 to 3 days, depending on how heavy I use the watch. When it comes to my wallet, I'm using a Dango Products A10 Titanium Adapt wallet, and I love the look of this thing. And it's also freaking great that it never rusts. I don't have to worry about that. There's not going to be any sort of stains if I drop it into salt water, which has actually happened. The maximum amount of cards that you can fit into this is going to be around 5. I keep it at 4, mainly because you have a little bit of a space here in the back, because if you slide this out, you have a little bit of a hidden compartment there if you want to have a little bit of cash storage with you. I love the fact that I went from having everything on my iPhone to having a dedicated wallet. I don't know why I like it so much, but it feels much more secure to be able to have my money here and my phone in a different place. And there's also this space for a little pen. This pen has actually been helping me quite a few times that I did not expect, but being able to have that into the wallet is super nice. And then on the outside here, you have the ID card, and then you have a different slot on this side as well. And then you have this nice lanyard here with a paracord if you get into a sticky situation. Well, when it comes to my knife, I have this, which is the Wii knife designed by Ostap Hell. And I love the design of this thing. It looks so freaking slick. And the thing that I use the knife for mainly is unboxing. I never bring it with me whenever I travel somewhere, whenever I go somewhere, because having knives outside in Sweden is actually legal. I always have a knife on me whenever I'm here in the studio, or whenever I know that I'm going to do some unboxing. And I like the fact that I can, bring a knife that looks good into my videos as well. But I also have this knife, which is from Griffin Company. And I love the way that this flips out compared to the other one, because this is a regular flipper. So you just press it here and back, like bonk. I love the mechanism and it's super good. But when it comes to fidget stuff, this one from Griffin Company is sick. You can see here, we can flip it up with our thumb like that, or we can use our middle finger to flip it like so. It makes for such a good fidget thing. Very dangerous though, because if you're not paying attention, you're going to be able to cut yourself. Haven't happened yet. But both of these knives are incredibly cool to be able to have in my videos. And I love the form factor of both of these. They look different. And that is one of the things that I like when I'm doing my unboxings. I want them to look different. I don't want them to look like everything else. And then you bring in something that is different, then someone will comment and someone will say, hey, that was a sick knife, or something like that, Bring the engagement. And next up is going to be the Tri-Charge, which is my own product. So you're probably thinking well, Peter, are you going to promote this product again? Well, yes, I am, because this has actually replaced all my power banks. I don't use a power bank anymore. Whenever I want to travel somewhere, whenever I want to go somewhere, whenever I'm out painting the house, listening to music and having my phone in the pocket, I use this as a power bank to charge my phone at the same time, because I have an abundance of camera batteries laying around. So why not use them to be able to charge my stuff instead of buying some other expensive power bank when I can use this? I've been torturing the Tri-Charge in the sand, but since there's no actual mechanical parts except for the button, it still works. You can see how the memory card works. Okay, let's see. Start with CF Express. Oh, that one's done. I really had my hopes up that it was going to work. The batteries still work because there's no mechanical parts that is keeping them in place. The memory cards though, they have this spring, so when it gets sand into the entire unit, it's going to be very hard for it to spring out. Okay, let's see if the SD card won. Come on. Oh! It works. Last one. Come on, please. Don't break on me now. Oh! The sand test broke the CF Express card slots because the spring doesn't work on those anymore. Same thing goes for the micro SD, but the regular SD cards, they still work. Hear that? That's a good click. And I want to show you, just for those of you that are wondering how it works, is basically if you have a Sony camera like me, then you can just use this. You plug it into the out port, and then you can plug it into your phone, and then it's going to start charging. And then it works until the batteries are depleted. I'm going to say that you get probably 2.5 times charge into an iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is very good for 3 full camera batteries. So if you're looking into, optimizing your storage, then this might be something that can replace your power banks. I haven't used a different power bank than this ever since I launched it back in December. And for those of you that are wondering if this is available for your camera system, it currently is available for Sony, Lumix, Nikon, Canon, and Fuji. So I'm going to drop a link to each of those models in the description, and you can head over there, check it out yourself, and get the one that you want. And to everyone that has already purchased it, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Next up is the AirPods Pro. I love the AirPods in the sense of it's easy to find. You can bring them with you and it's small, sleek package. But for someone like me, whenever I put them into my ear, and I start talking or doing something, they slowly fall out. And I have tried to change the different, ear thingy that is on them to small, medium, large. Nothing seemed to work. So I'm not a huge fan when I listen to a lot of music, but what I am a fan of is the USB-C port, because now all my devices are actually charged with one single cable. I cannot tell you how amazing it is to be able to just bring this and then you're done. So when it comes to actually listening to music, or whenever I'm traveling on a plane, or just walking around, the Sony WH-X1000 Mark IV is my favorites. And one of the reasons that I like the Mark IV instead of the Mark Vs is because you can fold them and you can put them down in your camera bag without them taking up too much space. I honestly don't know why Sony ditched the foldable system, because I love the fact that you're able to fold your headphones down. One of the biggest reasons why I did not use the AirPods Pro Max was because you could not fold them. You could not put them down like this into your camera bag, which meant that you needed to have a lot of space in your camera bag to be able to bring them. But these, the audio quality is great, and whenever you want to use it as a headset to actually talk to someone, works great as well. Noise canceling, sick. This generation is, in my opinion, the best one out there as of yet. But it's going to be all up to you if you want to have the foldable design or if you don't want to have the foldable design. But I like these. The last thing is going to be this, which is my tech pouch from Alpaca. And I love being able to have everything structured, to bring everything with me whenever I'm traveling or whenever I'm just going on a small trip, throw it into my car, know that I got everything that I need on the go. This one right here is the Charge 3 Mag from STM Goods. It's kind of a cheap charger, but what I like about it is you can just fold it out. You can charge your Apple Watch and your iPhone, but also your AirPods. So whenever you're traveling, being able to have something like this that you can just bring out and it doesn't take up more than just one single USB-C port is actually pretty sick. And it's also very lightweight, which I like, because then it doesn't weigh down my camera bag too much. This one is something that I can highly recommend for those of you that are shooting a lot of videos and photos with your phone and you're a solo creator, or if you just want to, have a tripod for your phone. It might not look like a lot, but this design is just genius. You just flip it out like that, and then you take your phone, and it's MagSafe, right? So just attach it. You can have it as a tripod. You can place it the way that you want, and then you can place it like this if you want to do that. But you can also have it horizontal if you want to do that. It locks into place so good. And being able to have something like this as a backup camera and backup tripod has saved me so many times when I made a couple of vlogs. It's great to get those, low angle time lapses or something similar. I can highly recommend this if you're a content creator. Next up is going to be this. A regular 3.5mm cable for my Sony headphones. Now you might think, Peter, why you're not, just using the wireless? Because when you're editing, there is a tiny bit of a delay if you're not using a cable. And it might not be noticeable at first, but when you start to, time your videos to the beat, or when you want to make sure that your videos are having these nice sound effects and you want to time them to the cuts or something similar, having a cord to your headphones is going to be crucial. It's going to help you so much. For those of you wondering what my actual editing headphones are, the Sony ones are the one that I use whenever I edit with headphones or on the go. And the last thing is a Mighty Hank. Kind of simple, easy to bring with you if you need to polish something, or if you just, want to sit down and do a little bit of polishing off your knife, look a little bit cool in the corner of the camping grounds or something. And there you go. Those are my favorite things that I use on a day-to-day basis whenever I'm not bringing my camera bag with me, because that's an entirely different story. If you haven't seen that video yet, it's going to come as a suggestion right here. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. All that good stuff, Peter from Sweden saying goodbye.